By the late 60s and early 70s, African Americans were tired of waiting. The war on poverty hadn't been won. The civil rights movement had brought rights, but it hadn't necessarily brought prosperity. In Las Vegas, casinos were supposed to be hiring African Americans for something other than porters, waiters and waitresses. They're supposed to be hiring them in higher level positions. They're not.
My dad worked at the Dunes Hotel. My mother worked in the powder room at the Mint. And after their shift was finished on the Strip or downtown, they had to leave out the back door. And
what did your father do for the Dunes?
He was a men's room attendant.
When we started high school, we didn't really have any issues. The issues came from outside. My parents used to call Vegas Little Mississippi, you know, when we were young, not knowing fully what it meant.
Did you realize racial tensions at Rancho when you first got there?
I did not realize that it was as severe as how it developed.
I wasn't raised to be racist or to be derogatory against any other race. And what I saw at Rancho High School just totally broke my heart.
Fight started for no reasons at all.
The National Guards came in and basically locked us in.
I don't know what the issues were. It was like, it's going to be a riot at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, there was a riot.
I really didn't think we were victims at the time.
It was after lunch. And it started, and Gary says, let's get to the car.
There was also, you know, what I like to think of a lot of outside influences in the world, in our country. The LA riots were going on, Martin Luther King, you know, so the whole country, I remember that kind of running over into our lives.
The riots in Rancho, at Rancho, was nothing but a microcosm of what was happening in America.
The most significant thing about the riots to me was when the North Las Vegas Police Department put a substation in there. That's when I knew things were serious. They were just a presence.
I saw it as a disruption to my daily schedule. And it's like, oh no, I'm going to miss that class, or I'm not going to be able to do this, or they're going to cancel the game.
You have had riots, protests, whatever term you want to use, going on across the country. It almost happened in Las Vegas in the wake of Watts in 1965. Grant Sawyer was the governor, and he literally went door to door in the black community at that time saying, please don't, this is going to hurt you more than it's going to help you. He was probably right. But there's a real powder keg ready to go by the time you have the events in the local high schools culminating at Rancho in '71.
It's a very dangerous time.
Let's remember at that time the climate of the entire country, and then was one that was sort of explosive.
I was always seeing the imagery of dogs indiscriminately biting peaceful protest, or seeing people march and be spat on. So that left an indelible imprint on my mind.